complete forecast. Here's KATC meteorologist Rob Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, a much quieter day today as compared to yesterday, especially yesterday evening when we were dealing with several higher end tornadoes across the area. A couple of surveys coming in. We'll talk more about that. But let's take a look at some of this video that we had coming in from Evangeline Parish around the Mamou area. This is the same cell that became tornadic and became an EF3 tornado. We kind of have a wall cloud here. Normally, we can't see this because we usually have so much humidity and rain. But it was a different pattern yesterday where you could see these for miles, and then you see that coming down, touching the ground. You see how quickly that happened. As soon as it touches the ground, the debris gets pulled up in the air, and you start seeing that wrap around the tornado. Very intense tornado. We will have more surveys on this in the days ahead. So let's go ahead and talk about that tornado as it came in and approached and moved through northeastern Acadia Parish. On the Fujita scale, the enhanced Fujita scale, this was an EF3 tornado with 150-mile-an-hour winds. That's right in the middle of the EF3 scale, so only 15 miles an hour or so away from being an EF4, and EF3s are incredibly rare. We'll talk more about that in a second. Again, these are all the tornado reports locally, a total of about 11, but there are probably less total tornadoes. Casualties, we think this number is wrong. 1, maybe 2, we'll see. And total number of injuries up to 11 at this point. And the big one that we just showed you earlier was a tornado that started up here in Mamou, probably lifted up in the air, then came back down somewhere here in the St. Landry Parish Panhandle, and then delivered its punch to the Church Point area just east of the Richard area, where we had a tornado that was on the ground for 4 miles as per the National Weather Service. They did their survey this afternoon. This came in just before 8 o'clock tonight. The width of the tornado, where it did the damage, about 100 yards. That's pretty tight. That's like a ice skater pulling their arms in and spinning around on the ice. You're conserving angular momentum, and that's why that was so devastating. 5 homes destroyed, one home with 3 people in it, and that home was tossed 50 yards, resulting in that 1 fatality and the 2 serious injuries with that one particular home, and a number of other mobile homes here were destroyed, and regular homes as well. Now, I did some statistics. This is climatology, and all the EF3 tornadoes are stronger, plotted up in Acadiana from 1950 to 2017. I'd like to get it more contemporary, but this is what we have. And there are only 14 EF3 or stronger tornadoes that have occurred during that period, roughly almost a 70-year period. So roughly a once in a 10-year type of event here, or close to that. So pretty wild. No, let's do the math again. 14 into 70. Well, they are rare. We'll get the numbers straight. But notice where the hot spots are. Jeff Davis, Acadia Parish, St. Landry Parish, and a little bit of a hot spot here, Lafayette and back through Vermilion Parish. No reports ever down toward Iberia Parish, 1 in St. Mary, and a couple of farther north and west. A lot more off to the north, but I just want to concentrate here on Acadiana. So very rare, once in maybe a 5 or 10 year period that you'll see something that intense. Now, quiet weather overnight tonight. Tomorrow we have this little bit of a frontal boundary that may generate a few isolated showers, maybe a storm, and something that we might have to keep an eye on. That frontal boundary might stay a little bit more active than the model's telling us. Then it sits on us as we head into Wednesday. Few more showers and thunderstorms there, and then that retreats to the north later in the week. So there's that marginal risk of severe storms for tomorrow. Very low chances of damaging winds, maybe an isolated tornado, but not likely. We'll just keep an eye on things. And mind you, yesterday we weren't in any outlook period for tornadic activity. So Mother Nature throws you a curve time to time. Here's our tropical storm. You'll kind of see it spinning around right here. All the convection north of it. Arthur moving out into the Atlantic and may impact Bermuda with time, but not as a purely tropical system. So quiet night tonight, upper 60s your low. Tomorrow we'll get into the upper 80s. Might see a few 90-degree readings out there, and it's going to be another breezy afternoon, gusty southerly winds tomorrow afternoon. 67 the low tonight. Tomorrow we'll get up to 88 for a high. Rain chance low. We'll keep an eye on the storms, mainly northern portions of Acadiana into central Louisiana, and over the next 5 days looking like summer. and things disappeared, and there we're back. Rain chances on the way up into the weekend. That's it for weather. We'll be right back right after this.